Oh, yeah. God, you got to love Steely Dan, Coach.
Brings back memories.
Oh, such good music. Sunset Rewind. Oh, yeah. Back again. What is this? Week 8? Episode 7?
I don't know, with all those zeros.
Yeah, with all those zeros.
I get confused.
Or-
We're in league, I know that
Right,
much.
we're in league. Thank God we're in league. And we're joined by Anthony League of Los
Speaking of
Alamitos.
leagues.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us today, Anthony.
Thank you for having us.
So let's get right into it. First game up in league, Los Alamitos took on Fountain Valley.
Yeah, let's get to the highlights. We were there. Let's check it out. Early on, Alonzo Esparza is going to throw a little swing to...
I like that
Hayden
sidearm
Elledon.
throw he's got going too. Kind of Patrick Mahomes right there. Yeah.
Funky style there. And look at this. McKenna, Scrivens, and Mitchell all out front blocking.
Oh,
a lot
my
of screen
goodness.
passes this night. Just doing a great job being unselfish, helping their teammate. And right out of the gates, it's 7-0 Los Alamitos.
Just like that.
All right.
The ref hadn't even blown the whistle yet and Los Al
Right.
scored. Yeah.
Carson Clark, whenever you bring up this guy's name to Coach Colby, his eyes light up. He's
Yeah.
one of his favorite players, and here's probably one of the reasons why. Gets wide open, runs right down the middle, no defender in sight. And again, people are just sitting down in their seats, and already it's 14-0 Los Alamitos.
What's that like, Anthony, when you jump out to a lead that quick? Or are you just kind of like, wow?
Usually, I'm not amazed. But it's
Right,
always
because
good
you
to
guys
go
are
up
good,
early.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
usually always good to go up early, but I'm not amazed no more.
Right.
This is what we do.
Yeah, and you know what you guys are capable of. You got a high-powered offense and a stout defense.
All right, well, later in the first quarter, Lenny Ibarra, one of the three running backs, I think if there's a position Los Al's deep at, it's running back. You got, Anthony, Gerard Terry, now Lenny Ibarra stepping up, making plays. So early on, Los Al's in charge, 21-0. And then Fountain Valley would make a little drive, try to get back in this. Nolan Oliveras, one of their outstanding wide receivers. It's a quick little curl route. It's going to shake the defender. Picks up about 10, 15 yards after the catch. So
It's a great job by Nolan there.
Los Alamitos hanging around. Fountain Valley hanging around. Los Al would get the stop, but then Aiden AC Trang, the defensive back, Alonzo never sees him, comes all the way across the field, gets an interception. Going to return it to about midfield. So, again, Fountain Valley's hanging around. They got a shot. Didn't mean to do that. Yes, I did. All right, so one of the reasons Fountain Valley struggled all night was their inability to run. All right, Manoa Fapusa.
Oh, gosh, he's such a dude.
I mean, just swallows them.
Jeez.
Anthony, let me ask you about him. When you guys do those Oklahoma drills or one-on-one drills, have you had to go against him yet or felt his wrath?
Not yet.
Oh, really?
haven't.
See, the coaches want to keep him healthy, so
thankfully,
they
yeah.
keep him out of the mix. Let's watch it from this angle, too. He's 320 pounds, just,
Look how fast he is.
I mean, it's almost unfair. I don't know how you block somebody like that.
You don't.
So Noah Banua wisely said, you know what, I'm not going to give it to the running back. I'm going to pull it this time. Fakes out the
That's
Los
a
Al
good read.
defense. Look, drops a shoulder.
Yeah.
Delivers a blow.
Noah's
He's a big
tough.
guy. We saw
Noah's
him
tough.
the next night at the CDM game. We'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. But, yeah, he's a physical guy. So they're in the red zone. Opportunity to get back within, make it a 14-point game. But Ragu, is that how you pronounce it? Ragu's? Are you
To this day, I still don't know.
Isn't that funny? Like, okay, well, Mr.
Jackson.
Yeah, Mr. Jackson. He's going to blitz through the A gap.
Oh,
And just ragdolls him again. Noah's a big guy, so he's
that's a standard Coach Cobley, Coach Iman blitz right there.
yeah. And so they settle for a field goal. Nolan Oliveras, who seems to do it all, is going to put it up in there. So there's about 15 seconds to go before half. Los Al's in control, but Fountain Valley's hanging around. Just getting to the halftime, make some adjustments, and we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
it's respectable.
Here's the problem with 15 seconds to go. Isaiah Rubin. I don't know if I'd call this a verse, maybe, but they're going to give it to him on a little bit of an end around, and it's just speed and athleticism. Breaks to the outside, cuts back to the inside, and watch my man, Makai Stewart, 300 plus. Not quite as fast as Rubin, but he's cheering him on. You love to see the sidelines getting involved, and instead of 21-3, it's 28-3, and it just it takes the wind out of you. So Fountain Valley would try to come back in the second half. Nolan Oliveras, again, one of the outstanding wide receivers. Again, a quick curl is going to put a move in the defender, get up the sideline, get some more yards after the catch. And then they keep the drive going. This time, Luke Taylor on a little screen pass. There we go. He's going to catch it, follows blockers, get up down the middle.
Nice
So
job by Taylor.
Knocking on the door in the red zone. Here's the problem.
Empty formation.
Matudi
for the
Kamar. Here's
Bears.
another one of their outstanding linebackers. Kent's calling those two, the two new guys, Maverick and Goose. Have you heard that at practice yet?
Top Gun.
Okay.
Never heard of that
How
yet.
much of a difference have those guys made for your team?
I would say a giant impact, especially Kamar. He's a hard hitter. and Jackson now officially being cleared, they both impacted automatically right off the bat.
Kamar just looks like a linebacker. Look at that stance he's in. Like he's just ready to hit somebody right
Called
there.
locked and loaded.
Yeah.
He's going to Oregon, right? And does the other guy have a scholarship yet?
Jackson, not yet.
Jackson. Okay, but it's
He
probably in the
deserves one.
future, right? Yeah, all right.
He deserves one.
Keep watching him, scouts. So he's just going to come off
Look
the
at
edge. But
Oh
Newport
my
took some
god,
shots.
that's like. I mean, did you see him read that and just read and react and
Read
just
and react.
he just mirrors Benoit the whole time and jeez.
All right, so Boomer Sooner, Devon Mitchell catches this. Now, I'm on the sideline about right here. I see this guy coming down the field, trucks a defender, and, sometimes I miss football, but there's other times where I'm glad I'm not playing anymore. And I would want no part of that. He's just so physically gifted and big. And then Jackson Bennett. Now, he's going to run out to the flat. He's got his man. Good job, but he's not just going to become a spectator. He sees the ball's on the ground, gets involved, makes the recovery. So, the defense was flying around the ball.
That's just great hustle and effort play right there.
Yeah, making plays. And then Hayden Elegon's going to get his second touchdown of the night, but I want you to watch the left tackle first. Makai Stewart. Now, this guy's big. Watch him just bully this defensive end. Now, look at Alonzo. Look at the time he's got. I mean, Dole, you could probably complete this pass
I could.
with that kind of time.
Well, you got Makai Stewart. I mean, what was that, like 4 pancakes you got there?
Well, Anthony, you're a running back. How
Jeez
nice is it
Louise.
to have that kind of offensive line?
It's
in front
one
of you?
pancake, but it's equal to like a stack of 4.
Right.
It's always nice, especially when each one is capable of doing that.
Oh, my
You just have
gosh.
faith
Like
in
each
them
one of those
day.
guys would be a dude on any other team, but you've got a whole line of dudes.
Like when you got that O line and you see the gaps and the holes are creating, you're like, wow, I could run wherever I want.
Is there one
Man.
play you prefer as a running back that you guys run? Like, is it a zone, a trap, a power?
like counter where they're pulling?
I would say probably a counter.
You like the counter?
That's fun.
Personally, I
Yeah.
love the counters because they kick out and it's usually laying at the specific
It's usually a
spot every
violent
time.
collision, right? All right, so my man Tatum Sunshine Rogers, late in the game, is going to jump in front of the slant route, take it to the house.
Nicely done.
And, now it's just the route was on, but, Los Al was in control all night. But I'll tell you what, give Fountain Valley credit. They never gave up. Noah Banua here. It's late in the game. He's going to keep fighting. Nobody's open, so he just takes it and does his thing. Impromptu. He's going to scramble. Gets into the end zone.
Yeah, good job, Noah.
And make it 49-10 was the final. Los Al was in control the whole time. We actually had an opportunity to catch up with one of their players. So let's see what Hayden Elegon had 2 touchdowns had to say.
Sunset Rewind. We're here with Hayden Elegon. Hayden, first of all, congratulations on the win tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Very important win. First win in the league. So, started off right. Continue throughout the rest of the season.
Everybody seemed to have a great game. Who really stepped up, in your opinion, and made a difference?
I think, it was the defense. We got a lot of bad calls on us, but, they stuck through to the end, made some stops, and allowed the offense to get back on the ball and get some more points on the board.
So coming into tonight's game, Fountain Valley, what was the one thing that concerned you about them? Do you guys feel you overcame that challenge?
There's going to be a challenge with coaching, good coaching staff, and along with our players. We can't take nothing for granted, so we have to come out, stay hot, and just stay ready.
All right, you got Newport Harbor next week. You're home. You get an extra day off. Are you going to do a little scouting tomorrow night? Or are you just going to relax and kind of heal up a little bit?
Always got to watch film on the next opponent. Always.
Well, listen, congratulations on tonight's win. Best of luck next week, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, so Los Alamitos would go on to win, in control.
Yep.
Got any thoughts or impressions on their performance?
Just I think Los Al came out and showed us who they are, and I'm not surprised. Like you said, Fountain Valley put up a good effort, but at the end of the day, Los Al is just their players well coached. I mean, they're just the complete package, and I think those couple losses they had earlier this year are only going to help them. I think when it's all said
I hate
and
the
done,
term quality losses, but losing to Servite barely, triple overtime to Mission, those could have gone either way. I mean, obviously you were there. Well, let me ask you this. You got injured early on. How hard is it to be on the sidelines cheering on your teams when you've worked so hard in the offseason to get this opportunity?
It's always difficult knowing how you should be playing, and you could be helping them to win those possible close games or win them, score more points, and helping them overall. It always hurts, but it also helps you become a better teammate.
It makes you hungry and
Yes.
want to get back on the field, right? Yeah.
So you're basically at 100% right now. You're good to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you played a little linebacker last week. Do you prefer one side of the ball over the other?
I prefer more offense. It's,
Okay,
it's more
that's your thing.
exciting, but defense, that lets out anger.
Which is better, scoring a 80-yard touchdown run or just having a hit where you just level a guy? Which is more exciting for you?
I would probably have to say leveling the guy because
there's a lot of anger inside and you're letting it out.
Where the whole crowd just goes, oh!
yeah, the atmosphere just brings
Yeah.
more energy to it. The 80-yard touchdown is also feel good, but you be tired after. So you don't know how to feel
Especially when there's a
after.
holding call and they got to bring it back.
Yeah. All right, so who gets your stick for the week?
Well, for Los Alamitos, I'm going to do a couple guys. Isaiah Rubin had a kickoff return for a touchdown. That's always a big deal. And then Tate and Sunshine Rogers, pick 6. You're going to have to put that on for me because my
Okay.
arms aren't that long.
Congratulations. So my helmet sticker for the week, I'm going to go with Hayden Ellison. 2 touchdowns for the Griffins this week. So congratulations.
Elgon had a good game.
Yeah, for Elgon, great job.
And then Fountain Valley. By the way, I talked to a couple people after the game. I was on the sideline with Bruce Bible, who is a longtime coach. I know you know him real well.
Yeah.
I talked to Kent Bickel on the way home. We were talking on the phone about the game, and Mike Cobley texted me, their defensive coordinator.
Cobes.
All 3 of them almost identically said how impressed they were with Fountain Valley. They said that's the best Fountain Valley team they've played since they've
Right.
been there. They said those guys played hard. They were clean. They were well coached. They were very complimentary. I think it's just Los Al's just a different level. I mean, it's
No,
that
they are.
simple, and it's
They
not
are.
a knock on Fountain Valley. They played hard, but you know, I'm looking at these guys on the sideline. Half got their shirts off after the game. Like, dude.
Los Al is their next level, and they're just.
But very complimentary towards Fountain Valley, who gave a great effort.
I've said this before. Fountain Valley. There's probably 8 or 10 leagues in Orange County that Fountain Valley would win.
Yeah.
I mean, without a doubt.
They're in the Sunset League.
They're in the Sunset
That's the
League.
best.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give Noah Banua my sticker. Just a great effort. Got that 1 touchdown for them. Played really hard and, in a losing effort, never gave up.
I'm going to go with Nolan Oliveras. Always big effort guy, always in the game, always giving 110%. So,
All right.
Congratulations.
Time to move on. Let's
right.
go. CDM was at Edison. Let's grab those helmets real quick. So while he's doing that, Anthony, you've got a sister who plays soccer at Michigan. My question is this. Are there any other brothers or sisters in the family?
No,
just you
that's the
two?
only.
So did you ever catch her as a little kid, like in basketball or running, or is she still kind of knocked down little brother?
When I was younger, she always was faster than me. Better. It was hard to say she was better than me at everything,
Right.
but she was. She deserved it, and especially how she's at Michigan, she became a new role model for me.
Okay, I can speak to that.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm a teacher at Cypress.
Yep.
His sister attended Cypress. This is my 20th year at Cypress. I'm just going to say it right now. She's probably the best athlete that I've seen come through that school.
And you couldn't recruit her to play softball.
I coach softball, and Anaya, by
That's
the way.
on you.
By the way, she's the nicest kid in the world, too. She's as nice a kid as she is a great athlete. So, I was like, hey, Anaya, you ever think about playing softball? Well, I never played, coach. That's fine. I'll just, we'll get you on base. You can steal bases. As far as hitting goes, we teach her to bunt. I'm telling you, in a softball season, we have a 28-game schedule. If we had Anaya, there's not a doubt in my mind we could have gotten her like between 60 and 80 steals.
Well, that's on you. You
could have
tried harder.
And she could have gotten a D1 scholarship in softball
Yeah.
as well. But she's an incredible soccer player. I mean, yeah.
Go Big Blue.
Michigan, yeah.
All right, let's go to Capshew Field where the Sea Kings are in town taking on the Edison Chargers. Early on, Edison had a long, methodical drive. Julius Gillick, just watch this offensive line all blocked down. This is one of your plays, power counter, where they're just going to kick out that end guy.
There it is. Boom.
Gets up in there. After a long, methodical drive, it's 7-0 Edison. All right, then later, first quarter, again, Edison had one of those long, slow, but body blow type drives. Julius Gillick, look at the O-line. I mean, Dole, you could look through that hole.
Man. Look at that.
It's just free money. And so 14-0 early on. Now, CDM would battle back Russell Weir. They got him lined up tight. It's going to run a corner route. And that puts it right on the money. So they're on the Edison side of the field looking to make some noise. Only one problem, Mr. Hansen. You're going to meet him in a couple weeks,
gosh.
Anthony. Just keep
you
an
know
eye
about
on
this guy, Anthony?
Yeah, I know a little bit about him.
He's a dude.
He's the real deal. Now, Zach Giuliano's going to catch it. Doesn't see him
Comes
backside.
back.
Boom, knocks the ball out. Caleb Kingsbury, a defensive lineman's hustling downfield, and Hansen was doing that all night long. I mean, he is a force.
And Giuliano just got an offer to Mississippi,
he's
which
a
we'll talk
D1
about
tight
later.
end.
He's a D1 tight end. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 14-0 halftime. It was really fast half. I think it was like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we're already at the halftime.
Went by really
It
fast.
wasn't even running clock. Colin Penny, one of the reasons he's such an outstanding linebacker is he's disciplined. All the action's going to go to the right, so the thinking is you're going to run down with it. But the quarterback's going to pull it.
Stays at
he
home.
stays home and tackle
Yep.
it. Now, it's not a sack because it's a run play, but he tackles the quarterback in the backfield. So That's a nice job. And, CDM's defense was gritty all night long. They were really battling, but, their offense wasn't able to get much going. But Wyatt Lucas, and by the way, I've been calling him Lucas Wyatt. Wyatt, I apologize. Coach Heddick brought that
Coach
to my
Heddick
attention
talked to
before
us,
the game.
Before the game.
My bad. Not a great night statistically, but he was running hard. Avoids Mr. Hansen here. That's a good idea. Gets up in there. So nice job running hard. Okay, and again, Wyatt's getting up in there, puts a move on Mr. Hansen, breaks the tackle, gets outside. So CDM's driving third quarter, and it felt like Edison was in control, but CDM was hanging around. Okay, Edison couldn't pull away. So the good run game is going to set up play action. Giuliano dragging across the middle. It's going to send him up first and goal. And the very next play, the start of the fourth quarter, as you like to say, do a rub route. Dorset Stecker is going to run a quick little out underneath the slant. Wide open. And that puts it on the money. So again, a game where Edison was really in control is now a 7-point ball game. I'm thinking, oh man, can CDM pull this off? Well, they get him pinned. So now it's on the defense. But Julius Gillick, the man from Seattle, the transfer.
I've got a name for him.
Oh yeah, what is it?
I think we should refer to him as the Sultan from Seattle.
The Sultan from Seattle. All right, well, I like that. Yeah. Kind of like running the show.
Right, he's the king or the ruler of the turf game for the Chargers.
So he's going to run through a bunch of defenders, get to the outside, still spinning, still working, still running, still going backwards. That's all right. It's just the effort. I mean, the guy is he basically did that all the way down the field. Just a bunch of body blows. They'd finally get down near the goal line. And let's see this right here. And again, kind of a power concept. Everyone's going to block down. The wingman's going to kick out. Off guard's going to pull.
Down.
And the Sultan from Seattle gets up in there. Puts them up 21-7. So they're pretty much in control at this point. CDM would keep battling back. They wouldn't give up. But again, Mr. Hansen, they're going to try a little trickeration here, a little end around reverse. He sees it and just blows up. I believe that was Stecker. And it was just like that all night long with Hansen. He was very motivated, let's just say. All right, Jake Moore, now it's first and forever. CDM's got to pass. It's a lot easier to play defense when you know that. It's going to get the interception for Edison. Return it. But the CDM defense would get a stop. They'd get another opportunity on offense. Now this time, Jared Schnorr. He was in here last week. Just going to get in front of that, gets the interception, signals first down, Edison, and that would be the final. 21-7, Edison over CDM. Good game. These are
Great
two
game.
teams I could watch all day long.
Absolutely.
It was fun to be there.
Did you notice there's something interesting about that game, though?
What was that?
A Jeff Grady, high-powered spread offensive team, 21-7 victory, all 3 touchdowns, rushing.
Hey, ground and pound, baby. Right, Anthony? That will take you to the promised land when you run the ball.
That just shows you how versatile that the Edison offense is. You know,
Yeah.
they got it done on the ground, good game plan, and their defense. Oh, my
Methodical,
gosh.
lights out. Do you know anybody on Edison or CDM?
On Edison, I know Hoy Henson.
Oh, you do know Hoy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're already familiar with him?
Yes.
Okay, so, well, like I said, you guys are going to be on the field
You
in a couple
should
weeks.
him the other night. He was wow. That was impressive. That one play you showed where he comes back and causes the fumble on Giuliano. I mean, he just circles back. He never quits on the play. I mean, dude.
No, he's the real deal.
Yeah.
So we had a chance to catch up with Julius Gillick after the game. Speaking of the Sultan of Seattle. Dude, tell me this guy doesn't look like he's from Seattle, by the way.
It does, dude.
He was the 4th member of Nirvana or
Alice in Chains,
maybe he's related to
man.
one of those guys. All right, we get on volume. Okay.
All right, Sunset Rewind here with you, joined by Edison Charger Julius Gillick. Great game tonight, Julius. I mean, you just kept falling forward, running for yards. What do you attribute such a great game tonight to?
Obviously to my front 5, Mackay, Logan, Chill, Connor Peterson, all those guys. I got a really great front. I couldn't ask for, better linemen. And every run I've had today is on them, First 5 yards, like you said in your show, I watch it every time.
Oh,
First 5 yards is the lineman. That's what this game was. Just 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards.
You're a bruising running back. That's about as tough a game as I've seen anybody play this year. Do you pattern your game after any particular running back?
Well, I'm actually from Seattle. I moved down here, so I grew up watching Marshawn Lynch my whole life.
Oh.
I actually watched some Beast Mode highlights coming into this game on the bus over. That kind of gets me fired up. But, I don't really want to be anybody else. I want to be the first Julius Gillick, not the second.
And you did a great job. I mean, like I said tonight, the yards you got, the ground game for the Chargers was super effective, helped you in your 21-7 victory. And, you free up the quarterback to do other things. So what's going to be the key next week as you play against a rival of Huntington Beach?
It's the one team I haven't watched too much film on. We're going to get into that. I think it's going to be a lot bigger passing. Save is going to have himself a game next week. I'm just going to let you know that now. You're going to be interviewing him next.
Nice. How is it to be back home? You guys are the road warriors so far this year, doing a lot of traveling.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the road. Something about it's a little calming. Kind of getting a bus ride to collect myself a couple hours. San Diego, LA. Bakersfield was tough though. That was, at least we got the nice buses. I think you talked to Jared Schnorr about that. But it feels good to be back here. It's my second game at this stadium, but it's a great stadium, great fans, and couldn't ask to be on a better team.
Well, thank you so much, Julius. Congratulations. Great game tonight. Good luck next week.
Shout out my equipment manager, Sam, real quick too, right there. Couldn't do it without him either, but thank you, sir.
Thank you, Julius. Take care.
Gives a shout out to the equipment
Sam,
manager.
Sam, a great guy too. The equipment manager at Edison.
Is that the guy with the dog? They got that.
Yeah. That dog is awesome.
That German
too, whenever he
Shepherd's
goes.
awesome. I think it belongs to the equipment manager.
Julius Gillick. I mean, how well spoken is he? I mean, natural.
Behind every great running back is a great offensive line.
Yeah.
I'm sure, Anthony, you know about that. And I love it when the running backs compliment their offensive line because so much of what they
He's
do.
He's shouting out his quarterback, too.
Yeah, he's a good team player.
Yeah.
The one thing he said that I found interesting is they don't seem to mind the road trips.
No.
I hated it as a coach sitting on that bus, but do you mind long road trips or does it just depend?
It depends for me.
Because you guys have gone, you've been to Bakersfield. You've had some big road trips, too. I mean, you get the nice buses, but what do you think?
Usually, when we have a charter bus, you have more room.
Yeah,
usually I just
charter
sleep.
bus in it.
Yeah,
nice.
You can sleep.
Watch some film, then I go to sleep.
Right.
But when it's like those 3-hour drives, you be getting bored. You don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Well, you took the huge trip last year. We went to Florida. What was that like?
The trip was overall fun, but the flight.
Right. You're on an airplane.
Any turbulence?
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I would sleep as well.
Okay.
That's good. He hates flying.
Oh, man, I'm the worst.
Yeah, you don't.
That thing
like
shakes
that
one
I remember
inch,
that we went
freaking
to that
out.
wedding in Hawaii.
Sweating bullets the whole time.
That was awesome.
So it's funny because you guys play literally at Los Al. You play at the Vet. You play at Westminster. Missing one, Cerritos, right? Do you have a
Cerritos
preference where
College,
you
yeah.
play your home games?
Actually, I don't. Wherever I can end up playing, it doesn't matter.
As long as the
Yeah.
field is 100 yards long and 53 wide, you're good.
Yes, sir.
All right, sure enough. Okay. Stickers. Let's do
yeah.
stickers.
Who you got this week?
Let me find my page for.
Who you got for Edison?
You know what? I'm giving it to the offensive line. They did a great
Yeah,
job
good call.
all night long for the Sultan of Seattle.
Good call.
I mean, the thing I liked about breaking down their games is you just see how they block.
You,
down,
I
they
mean,
kick
well,
out.
it's everyone knows how much you love the O line and the big guys.
Right. So this is for the Edison O line. Nice job, man.
I got to go with Julius Gillick. Man, he just everything about that guy, the way he runs, and then the whole Seattle connection. Man, it's like when I first started interviewing this guy, he's from Seattle. I'm like, I keep thinking, man, Allison Chains. He looks like you
Kinda
said
looks like the
Nirvana.
guy, yeah.
Dude, yeah, and he was so cool and laid back. He kind of had that Seattle vibe, just like, that's when you and I were in college when grunge was big,
Right.
the early 90s to mid 90s. I'm like,
Well, maybe
dude,
Julius
this guy's
is bringing it back. You never
I'm
know.
like, this guy's a throwback, man. This guy's like straight, like Mr. Seattle.
Yeah. Excuse me. For CDM, I'm actually going to go with their D-line because I thought they played their tails off. They're not the biggest guys, but you get to see them all night working and never giving up. Remember, that was a 7-point ball
Yeah,
game
it was
in the
close.
fourth quarter. Their defense kept them in it. They just couldn't really generate much on offense. So,
Right.
I know Edison was able to run the ball, but, I mean, it was slow and steady. It wasn't like they were just knocking them off the ball.
Slow
They
and
were-
steady wins the race,
That's
right?
right. So, but the D-line I thought played hard, and they deserve a sticker for their effort.
Good job, D-line. I'm going to go with Dorsett Stecker. He had he had the touchdown for the Sea Kings, kept them in the game, steady all night long. So good job, Dorsett. Congratulations. Who are we moving on to? One last game.
All right, Huntington Beach.
Huntington
was at
and the
Terrence
Sailors.
Stadium. Davidson Field taking on Newport Harbor. It was senior night. What was this? It was senior night or was it homecoming? They had a couple things going on. It was definitely senior night.
And Taryn, well, more importantly, Taryn was calling the game.
That's right. You can actually watch that on TAR TV. It's still up
Right.
on YouTube if you want to see some highlights. But yeah, it was homecoming. It was senior night. A lot going on. So they were at home. They were motivated. So can we pull that one up, Cole? We can talk to Taryn during the fan zone. He's trying to get Taryn's mic on. Can you talk now? All right, what was it, Taryn? Real quick.
It was homecoming as well.
So homecoming and senior night, and you had your coat and tie on looking sharp.
Did you wear the tie Tommy Tarr gave you?
The dude gets you a tie and you don't wear it? Wow, Tommy. You might want to come back. I'll wear the tie if you give it to me.
Yeah, Tommy.
All right, Taryn.
Oh, well,
you don't know how to tie a tie.
We'll teach him that. That's fine. We'll show you how to do it.
All right,
Pretty
Tommy,
easy.
if you bring him another tie, do those little bow clips that snap on, and then he shouldn't have a problem with that. All right, I'll teach you, Taryn. All right, back to football. All right, my man, McJagger Blowcamp. First play of the game, as a matter of fact. Up the middle. Start me up. Nice job by the O-line. Takes it to the house. He had a monster night. So, kind of like Los Al, the fans haven't even sat down yet, and it's already 7-0 Harbor. And then a little bit later in the game, Huntington Beach would answer. Tyler Young, this is what I call the passing league special. They're going to shoot the running back right up the middle. Just runs by the backer. The safeties are covering the wideouts, and I mean, that's just
easy money.
Yeah, you see that sometimes in 7-on-7 in the passing leagues. So Huntington Beach were tied up, keep it competitive early on. And then Josiah Lamarque. It's kind of a broken play. Jaden O'Neal, former teammate of yours, Anthony, is in trouble, scrambling, gets outside, buying time. Josiah kind of breaks it off into the corner. And at that point, it's 21-7. Newport looks like they're pulling away.
That was a great job by Jaden. You see them getting him at his knees right there, and he gets out of the way. That was a great job of being mobile by Jaden right there.
Do you know any Huntington Beach guys or any Newport guys? I know you know a couple Newport guys, former teammates.
Huntington Beach, their starting QB, I think Brady
Edmonds. Yeah.
I think I knew him from the school I went to.
Oh,
yeah. Tell that story real quick. In junior high, you went to it was like some kind of academy.
It was a sports academy called CRS.
Okay.
Cam's Real Speed.
Right.
It's like where athletes go to get stronger, faster, and get prepared for
and
high
still
school.
get credit.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is that located?
It is Santiago Middle School.
Oh,
I think
okay.
in Orange, I
Oh,
believe.
I didn't know. Okay, yeah. So you knew him there, or you'd met him there, cross paths?
Yes, I believe.
His little brother is at Lexington. I see him all the
Oh, yeah.
time. I always
Oh.
give him a hard time. Okay, so anyway, back to the game. Hunter Gray, one of the outstanding receivers in the league. Edmonds is going to roll out, put it right where it needs to be. Tiptoes, doesn't quite get out of bounds. So Huntington Beach hanging around, keeping it competitive. At this point, it's 21-14, so good ball game early on.
Edmonds can just put the ball in that window. I mean,
He really can when he gets on.
He's got such great touch and accuracy.
All right, Jordan Anderson, the future Oregon Ducks, can run a quick little slant and kind of muscles his way in there over the outside backer. And he's starting to wake up. He's getting his groove back. Early on, he's kind of become the guy we thought he would be.
No, yeah, we saw, he was great at Milliken last year.
Yep.
And he's taking it to Newport Harbor this year.
So Newport start to port on. Josiah Lamarque is going to catch us on a little swing route. And then the film gets cut off. By the way, I want to say thank you to all the coaches. They're sending us their huddle now,
Yeah, so
which makes
helpful.
my life a million times
so
easier.
helpful.
But sometimes the film gets cut off. He does get in the end zone here, so that's going to make it 35-14 Harbor. And then end zone cam. Edmonds is going to drop back. I want you to watch the defensive back from Newport Harbor. Hudson Perez is going to run with the receiver, jumps in front of it.
Oh, and that was Gray he undercut there.
That's right, and doesn't quite take it
Wow.
to the house, but sets up his team in good position, and from there, Jaden knows, okay, this isn't a touchdown, but watch Josiah Lamarque. He's going to one-hand this. Look at that. Shakes one guy, jukes another, finds his lineman,
Wow.
gets upfield. He's just so electric and explosive. But that would ultimately lead to a field goal right before half. So John Richardson from the left hash is going to from the right hash is going to put it up and in. That's not easy at the high school level.
No.
So 45-14 at halftime. I did not see this coming. I mean, Harbor's good, but Huntington would come out in the second half. Tyler Young going to try to get their ground game going. He's going to bounce it to the outside. Picks up a first down. So, Huntington trying to battle their way back into it. And this guy, I don't know what he's doing. But Gabe Hendricks, another one of the outstanding defensive backs. I mean, Edmonds never saw him. He's going to intercept it. It's about as easy as it gets. And then there'll just be more Harbor. This time, Bodie Stefano in the second half got some reps. I think he was 7-8, had a good game.
Yeah.
He's going to find Jordan Anderson, again, the future Duck. Again, he likes those slant routes, hits him on the slant. So, at this point, it's 52-14. The route is on.
Stefano actually threw for 2 touchdowns.
And then Huntington would get a couple of their backups in. Mika Riola is going to be in the backfield. Zane Bakta, the backup quarterback, is going to hit him on a swing route. Catches it, gets up in there. So Huntington kept battling, never gave up. But in the end, Harbor was just too much for them. The final score was 59-21. And so senior night was quite a success, I'd say, for the Sailors. We actually had a chance to catch up with Coach Lofthouse after the game. Let's see what he had to say.
All right, this is Taryn Rodriguez of Sunset Rewind with Peter Lofthouse, head coach of Newport Harbor football, following his team's 59-21 win over Huntington Beach to kick off Sunset League play. All right, Coach, it was a big bounce-back win for you all as you snapped a 2-game win streak and you start out league 1-0. What were the keys to taking down a scrappy Huntington Beach team?
Well, I think it really started with our bye week. You know, we talked about getting back to the basics, cleaning up some things in our run game and our pass game on offense. On defense, we talked about cleaning up some of our missed assignments, coverage stuff, and then the missed tackles. I felt like tonight we tackled a lot better. We were able to turn over them on not on downs, but force them into some punts. The offense was clicking tonight all across the board, got a lot of players touches and balls, and ultimately that led to points. And so it was a good night offensively for us, for sure.
You came in with one interception, or your team came in with one interception. You picked off one of the most phenomenal freshman quarterbacks 3 times tonight. What can you say about your defense and how it flew all over the place?
Well, that was something we were really talking about during the bye week, was trying to clean up some of our assignment and alignment stuff in the secondary. Talked about being very taking advantage of the opportunities in the back half, and guys like Tony Glenn and Gabe Hendricks, and then Hudson Perez made some nice plays in the back half, breaking on some balls. You know, film study goes a lot into that, and having an idea of what and expecting what could happen, and that they did, and they were able to pounce on them.
And then Jordan Anderson had a hat trick in terms of touchdowns, and basically got to see Brody Stefano throw 2 touchdown passes. Yeah. What can you say about the offense and how it basically had its breakout game?
Yeah, Jordan had a great night. You know, I was really proud of, Jaden O'Neal had a really good first half and driving us down the field multiple times, putting up a lot of points and scores. And then it was great to see Bodie get in the third quarter and have an opportunity to get multiple drives and put 2 touchdowns on the board too. And so it was nice. The O-line was phenomenal tonight. That's where it really starts, is with the guys in the trenches, and they did a great job, and that's why we were so good.
Coach, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Wow. So the Sailors coming out in first game putting 59 up on the board. Wow.
You know, they're becoming the team we thought they were going to be. Remember in the offseason, they picked up some key players
Anderson
to go with
O'Neal,
the guys
right,
that they already had.
And Lamarque back again.
I don't want to say they struggled, but they really were struggling to kind of find an identity.
Yeah.
It's like, they found it that night. And remember, all the controversy this week, the big stories, and a lot of distractions potentially, but they put that aside and were locked and loaded and focused, and it showed. Huntington's a good team.
Yeah,
I just
Huntington's
think
a great team.
they just got to find some consistency. Sometimes they can look so good, and other times they struggle.
Yeah.
And I got to give a lot of credit to Harbor. They really showed out and had a great game.
Yeah, great opening for them.
Yep. All right, for stickers.
Yeah, who do you got for the stickers?
My man, McJagger, Blowcamp. Guy went off 2 touchdowns, 102 yards. Anytime a running back gets over 100 yards, we got to recognize that. I'm sure Anthony could appreciate. So I'm giving it to him.
I'm going to go with Jordan Anderson. 9 receptions, 125 yards, 3 touchdowns. Great job, Jordan. Congratulations, man.
By the way, so we do interviews after the game, and I forgot to mention this. If you want to, we do a lot more interviews than show up on the YouTube show. So, for example, for Harbor, we talked to Jordan Anderson and we talked to McJagger Blowcamp. You can find that on Instagram and X. Also, we have from the Los Al game, we have Alonzo Esparza, Carson Clark, Devon Mitchell, and Tate and Sunshine Rogers. They're all on Instagram. They're all on X if you want to find those interviews. And then the last one, my man Mr. Hansen, Noah Thompson, Savini Umada, and Jared Schnorr, they're also all on Instagram and X. So if you want to see more interviews and get those players' perspectives after the game, check those out.
A lot of content there.
A lot of content.
Who you got for stickers for Huntington Beach?
Oh, yes. Hunter Gray, he's such a good receiver. He had that tiptoe catch, took it to the house, kept him in it at that point. It got away from them, but he was battling towards it. You're going to have to put that on for me.
I'm going to go with the other receiver for the Oilers. Tyler Young had 5 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown. So great job, Tyler Young, for the Oilers.
All right, so week 1 is in the bag, right?
Week 1, oh, it's so good to be back in the Sunset League, isn't it, Anthony?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you play those 5 preseason games, but I mean, really what you're looking forward to is getting back to it. And the Griffins off to a great start. So the Griffins win, the Chargers win, and the Sailors win. Got some interesting games coming up this week that we'll talk about on the Fan Zone episode. So
it's just amazing how fast it goes. I feel like we were at your practice during two-a-days, and here we are.
Remember going to the scrimmage against Sarah? That seems like that was yesterday.
I know. It goes fast. Well, enjoy it while you can, right?
Thank you so much for joining us today, Anthony.
Thank you.
Do you want to stick around for the Fan Zone? You're more than welcome to.
What's the Fan Zone? I haven't seen.
Well, you're all right. We'll talk to you off the air. If we see him back on the next show, he's stuck around. If not, that's okay.
Hey, so thanks for joining us again. Remember to hit that subscribe button on YouTube for us, please. Also, you can follow us on X at @sunset_rewind. On Instagram as well, sunset_rewind. Thank you so much for joining us again. Hope everybody's doing well. Have a great week. God bless, and we'll talk to you next week.